Welcome to another Rant quest. So yeah, Canada's COVID-19 response. COVID-19. The fucking coof. The Wuhan flu. Kung flu. Spanish flu 2. The Wuhan connection. Asian flu. Asian flu. The beer bug. The beer disease. What else? The beer disease. Beer bug. I said that before, but the beer flu. Virus that is either so incredibly that ranges between incredibly terrible to your health or incredibly terrible responses to incredibly mild responses. COVID-19, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's hilarious to me. We locked down the country. We turned the gas off to our economy. We turned the gas off to the economy. We turned it all down. We only had essential services. And you want to know what was included in some of those essential services? The beer store and the fucking weed shops. They were all considered essential services. You want to know why? Because the government lines their pockets from beer sales and weed sales. That's what they do on the fucking taxes. Were the beer stores and the pot shops really essential to life, to living? Maybe to the alcoholics and the fucking stoners, but no, no. They're all good. They're all good for some fucking reason. They're all good to stay open. You know what? You want to know what couldn't stay open? Clothing shops and the stores in the mall. Those couldn't stay open. Those couldn't stay open. They couldn't. Small businesses and restaurants couldn't stay open. For reasons, they could have just reduced capacity. And then everything would have been fine and all that shit. We would have had to shut down the economy. Now, I'm going on a fucking tangent. Getting back to things. The purpose of shutting down the economy was to flatten the curve so that we don't overwhelm our healthcare institutions. That was the purpose. That was the purpose. Shutting down. I honestly think we could have done that. Maybe had a few more cases if we had eased up on a lot of restrictions. I honestly think the economic shutdown was terrible. I lost my job for a month and a half because of it. Because my bosses they needed to save, they couldn't afford to keep me and my other co-workers employed. Which, yeah, The purpose of shutting everything down was to flatten the curve and make sure Grandma and Grandpa didn't get the disease. And you want to know something? We might have flattened the curve. I think we flattened the curve. But you want to know what happened? Grandma and Grandpa, they in places down south in southern Ontario and Quebec City and all that in Quebec, Meemaw and Peepaw got the disease, proving that the plan was ineffective, that their plan that their plan that their COVID response plan was ineffective. May have mitigated things, but it didn't stop them all from happening. You want to know what happened, though? In place of Meemaw and Peepaw getting not sick, or in the curve getting flattened, you want to know what happened? Small businesses have closed permanently. Jobs have been lost. Trillion dollars of debt has been added to the budget, to our budget. Trillion fucking dollars. Because of the Trudeau bucks that were handed out freely to a lot of people. We had $1 trillion of debt. Closed down a lot of small businesses, and we put people's economic livelihoods in jeopardy. All that we could flatten the curve and stop Meemaw and Peepaw from getting the disease. Look how fucking well that worked out. Meemaw and Peepaw, they got the disease. In some places, they got the disease. Down south, they got the disease anyway. Now, schools are opening up. I expect there to be a lot of kids getting the COVID. Or at the very least, getting influenza and the cold, and then that getting mistaken for the COVID. And then you're gonna have a lot of COVID scares and all this shit like that. Thing is, kids are gonna get sick. It's gonna fucking happen. It's all a question of where. Where are the kids gonna get sick? Which schools? And the thing is, you shouldn't worry about it because kids are more. There's less of effect that happens to the kids than there is to the adults. They get hit by the COVID to a lesser degree. Now, yeah. This COVID bullshit, the Wuhan flu, the Kung flu, it's gonna I believe it's gonna mutate, rendering any vaccine made for it pretty much useless, and this shit becomes a cold virus. A new, maybe more stronger cold virus that we have to deal with. And you want to know what we'll do? We'll deal with it like it's a goddamn fucking cold virus that it fucking is, pretty much. It's a cold virus +2 or some shit like that. It's got a 2% mortality rate rather than a 0.2% mortality rate, which is still either way, that's still a lot of people, but in the grand scheme of things, a lot of people die a lot of other places because of cancer or other causes. There are a lot of ways to die, and COVID just becomes another one. Now, I honestly, honestly, what I think we should do is just open everything. Just open shit up. Let people get back to their livelihoods. I think that's only fair. Because this tableau of putting masks on and having them on at all times when you're going into a fucking public place or shit like that is fucking useless. You're going to a restaurant, you're gonna put on a fucking mask, then you're gonna take it off because you have to eat food. It's a fucking useless tableau. It's a useless tableau, in my opinion. That's just come too late in the pandemic. It is it is honest. This shit should have been mandatory phase 1 of lockdown. I've talked to a lot of people. They 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 they, they feel the same way. They feel the same way. Number of cases was going down before we had the masks. And people are talking about a fucking second wave in the fall. Now, is a second wave of the COVID gonna be bad? For some people, yeah. But for me, Ma and Peepaw, no. I don't think so. It's got younger people. Younger people are gonna get the virus. Younger people are gonna get the virus, and statistically, a lot of young people are going to survive the virus. They're gonna survive. Now, what I think should happen is that we should be researching as to why it only takes 2 weeks for people to show symptoms of COVID. We should be finding out why it takes 2 weeks for there to be any symptoms at all. And then we should be finding out what that happen how that happens. And then from there we should create something that lets the virus become noticeable in a person or something like that. We should be asking why this virus takes so long to develop in people. Now, similar viruses like SARS, you develop symptoms in days, something like that. No, we should be looking into why it takes 2 weeks for symptoms to show up. I honestly don't. I don't. I don't think in nature a virus like that takes 2 weeks to fucking show up or be noticed. I don't think that shit's natural. We should be looking into that. Maybe find a way to engineer something that lets the virus show symptoms early. Maybe we should find a way to reverse engineer how it stays so symptomless for 2 weeks, and then maybe find a Maybe find a drug or something that stimulates the virus and lets symptoms occur maybe within a few days. So that people with COVID can find out they have COVID and get that shit tested. Now, part of the reason why the numbers of COVID are going up is because tests are being done faster and quicker. That's part of the reason. I'm honestly done with this COVID shit. Fuck the new normal. Fuck it all to hell. Fuck it. Fuck the new normal. I want my old normal back. I want my old normal back. I want to go to a fucking restaurant, fucking enjoy myself without having to worry about bullshit or whether or not I forgot a mask. Go to a convenience store without having to worry about wearing a fucking mask. I'm honestly tired of this hand sanitizer shit every time I go into the stores in the mall. I'm fucking tired of this hand sanitizer bullshit. How it fucking wrecks the skin on my hands. How it just terrible for my fucking hands. I'm fucking done with this bullshit. I honestly think a lot of people are done too. If there is a fucking second wave of this bullshit, if the second wave ever fucking occurs, I honestly think our governments all can go collectively fuck themselves. I think we should take shit into our own hands and keep our small businesses open, keep them at fucking capacity. If there's ever another fucking lockdown where they shut down the economy, I really think everyone should fucking ignore them. If there's ever a fucking border shut down between provinces, I really think there should be cars to just go right through without being stopped by the fucking cops. I really hope people just fucking ignore any of this all this fucking garbage. Just get on to living their lives, folks, because that's all I want to do. I'm sick and tired of fearing that I will get sick and I will get tired. And I'm fucking sick and tired. I'm fucking sick and tired of these fucking pussies. Fucking asshats who hold everyone's livelihoods, who holds people's livelihoods in their hands, just getting away with this bullshit. I'm done. I'm done with this bullshit. Just am. So yeah, that's my piece. Go fuck yourself, Justin Trudeau. I'm literally voting. I'm voting you out of office. Come whenever there's another election. If you don't fucking cancel that, become some sort of bitch dictator. I wouldn't be surprised. The next election they or whenever the election comes, that if this COVID shit's still around, oh, we can't have another election or something. No. No, Justin Trudeau. I'm not voting for you, Justin Trudeau. If you're running for the Liberals in the next election, I'm not voting for you. I'm gonna I might give the Conservative Party my vote. I might give them my vote. Or maybe the NDP. If they're not the same, well, yeah. The NDP are pretty in line with the liberal agendas to a certain extent. No, I'm taking my vote. I'm taking it to the Conservatives because fuck you, Justin Trudeau. You can go fuck yourself. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself, Justin Trudeau, and your fucking pandemic response. You know, could have said to the you could have said to the province, well, maybe we shouldn't shut everything down. Maybe we should maybe we should maybe make our shutdowns isolated to certain areas or regions. Maybe we should and let the other regions that are unaffected relative to the more affected regions, let them carry on with their lives unaffected. Maybe do that. Instead of, I don't know, blanketly shutting every fucking thing down. You dumb asshole. Maybe you shouldn't have better. Maybe you should have had more better. Maybe you should have had more better coordination with the fucking provincial governments. Maybe encourage them, maybe not to shut the borders down or do all this shit. Or maybe encourage them to, like, I don't know, take things region by region. That was always an option to you, Justin Trudeau. But no, you shut everything down. And you or at the or not and you didn't stop other provinces from shutting things down. No, you didn't speak out. You didn't speak out about Doug Ford instituting mandatory masks when all the numbers are going down, and when the numbers of COVID are going down, you didn't speak out of any of that shit. You didn't do any of that shit. No, instead, what you did is you gave your friends at the We fucking charity, or you gave them government fucking money. Because, I don't know, you couldn't fucking allocate it to, like, I don't know, the fucking government, whose job it is to run summer camps or help shit or something, I don't know. All these fucking charities, all these fucking scandals are fucking convoluted. You can't even fucking have a proper scandal right that's fun. You know? Oh my god. Yeah. Fuck this bullshit.